Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from Ncaa. And make sure you hit that like button. After that big victory last week versus Appalachian State, you can see we are on top of our division in the conference. So this is actually pretty good because now if we win out, we're in the conference championship. As you see, Tyron Summers is still in the race for the Heisman, but he has declined a little bit. Remember, he started out the preseason at #1, but you can just see his competition there. But I think that his stats are better. I think it's just that we play on a lesser team than those other teams, and he's just not getting the respect right now. But just looking at the season stats, he does have 1,300 yards, 16 touchdowns. Jimbo Brown has 16 touchdowns as well. So we're doing a pretty good job running the ball between the two backs. Looking at receiving, Angel Gonzalez leads the way in receptions and yards and touchdowns. So he's doing a pretty good job in his sophomore season in the slot. So I like him a lot. Honestly, he's done really well. You can see on the defensive side we're actually having an alright season. I'd say we're giving up too many yards for my liking, but we're doing a pretty good job stopping the run. And you know, you're not going to be perfect on defense, and I think we're pretty good stopping the run, but the pass is just something we got to work on. And part of getting better at defending the pass is getting a good pass rush. We don't have anybody that has more than 3 sacks other than our man Kier Patterson, and that's something that we have to get better on. I mean, we have to send some blitzes, cover in the secondary a little better, because not a lot of guys have interceptions. You see only 3 guys on our roster have interceptions at all. So we're going to have to play well in this game, as we are actually going up against a winless Troy team. So we're actually looking to kind of steamroll them. We'll see how this goes. But here they are starting out this game with the ball, setting some pressure, but he does break a tackle. That's Smith in the pocket, getting it across the middle to Eric Williams. So here is Smith from the shotgun, handing it off to Phillips this time on the carry. And Darius Phillips is their best running back. 92 overall, 92 speed, 96 acceleration. He is a monster, so they are going to give him a heavy dose in this game. So here is Darius Phillips getting the 18-yard carry to the outside, that time on the option, and he picks up the first down. So now on a 2nd and 9, here is Smith thrown across the middle, and this time it's incomplete. So we get him down to an early 3rd and 9. Here he is from the shotgun, throwing the ball to the left side, and that's going to be stopped. No, he's going to break a tackle, and he's going to get tackled before the first down marker at the 22-yard line by Allen King, as that was a nice stop that time by Eric Hughes as he holds him up, and they do actually try to kick the field goal, and it's no good. So this offense comes back out onto the field. We haven't been great this year, I would say, passing the ball, but we're just doing enough to win games. And that's all we got to do, honestly, because we have a really good running game. As you can see, Jack Clegg getting the reception across the middle, picking up the first down on that one. So 2nd and 9 here from the shotgun. Here's Tyron Summers getting a handoff up the middle, picking up 9 on that carry. So now we get it down to a 3rd and 1. Here's Tyron Summers once again, trying to get to the first down marker, but he gets stopped this time. So that one is actually a loss of 1 yard, barely anything. So we do go for it on a 4th down, and look at this hole up the middle. And that's Tyron Summers. He hits the hole with a burst, and that's a gain of 23 and a first down. So we do actually get it to a 3rd and 13 here. Here's Curtin Roan out to the right, but not enough room to the right side, as we do have to get it to a 4th down here. So we do go for it. I mean, it's in 4-down territory, so we throw it over the middle, and that's deflected. So we turn the ball over. I was at about the 43-yard line. I thought that, you know, it's out of field goal range, but it's actually in manageable position. So we do end up turning it over. So here is Smith on the next play, throwing it out to the middle, and that's caught by Eric Williams. How was that not deflected? So now 2nd and 11, draw play to Phillips, getting 10 yards on this one. So man, he is doing a pretty good job running the ball so far in this game. Here, screen pass out to Russell on a 1st and 10, getting it to about the 20-yard line. So they are moving the ball pretty well to start this game. So now we do get them to a 3rd and 9. Here is Smith from a shotgun, throwing the ball to the middle, and that's Williams again. So, wow, Williams is getting the ball quite a bit in this game. Not a guy that I thought was going to get the ball a lot, but here he is. Sawyer Smith rolling out, and getting sacked by Mike Specht. So 3rd and goal. Here from the shotgun. Here is Smith throwing over the middle, and he's going to find a wide open J.J. Taylor for the touchdown. Take another look. I mean, he just goes unseen into the end zone up the seam, and that's going to be a touchdown, and it's a 7-0 lead here for Troy. So back on offense, throwing the ball deep, and that's Justin Johnson getting the 42-yard reception and a 1st down. So here's Tyron Summers on the next play, getting the counter to the outside. He's going to swerve inside, and he's going to pick up the touchdown. So all we needed was 2 big plays on this drive, 2 40-yard gains, and Tyron Summers, I mean, just having a spectacular season, gets in for the touchdown, and it's a 7-7 game. So here is this Troy offense back out onto the field, and here is Phillips getting the ball once again, and look at this mean stiff arm he puts on Orlando Norman that time, and he picks up the 12-yard gain. So now 2nd and 8. Here is Smith from the shotgun, throwing out to the right side. That's Russell again, and he's going to pick up the 1st down, and we are getting towards the 2nd quarter here as Phillips gets the handoff up the middle, and he picks up a gain of 15. So Phillips has just not been stopped so far in this game, as he's just gashed us so far in this first half. As here is Eric Williams getting another reception for 7 yards. So here is Smith throwing the ball to the outside. This time he's going to have Brandon Tyree open in the end zone, and he went pretty much uncovered into the end zone. I don't know what kind of defense that was. That may have been a lapse in coverage, but we do give up 7 points the other way. So now coming back out on offense, here's Kashawn Curtin throwing out to Angel Gonzalez, 11 yards. 1st and 10. Here he is from the shotgun, and this time he's getting swallowed up on the sack, and that's Kelvin Lucky there for his 2nd sack of the game. So 3rd and long. Here's Kashawn Curtin throwing the ball across the middle. He's going to find Justin Johnson, and he fights for the yardage. 26 yards. We needed 25, and we get it. I don't know what kind of coverage that was, but they leave Justin Johnson wide open over the middle, and that's a 1st down. So now here's Tyron Summers getting the carry, 9 yards on that one as we move in to 2 minutes left in this half. Here's Tyron Summers getting another handoff up the middle, and that's another gain of a little bit. So now 3rd and 4, throwing out to the right side, and that's going to be dropped. Wow. So we had Garrison Burnett open for a possible 1st down. We wanted to milk the clock down before going into half, but instead they get the ball back. So now up by 4 after settling for the field goal. Here is Troy coming back out, 15 yards on the 1st reception. So this clock stops on the 1st down. Gotcha, so bitch. Now 55 seconds left, and this time Sawyer Smith is getting sacked, and that's Kenneth Ruff. As I'd said before the season, I'm like, man, he had a down year last year, but he's actually been really, really good so far this season. So here is Mark Stewart getting a 17-yard catch on that one. So 3rd and 2. Here is Smith throwing out to the left side. He's going to have a man beat, and that's Russell again for a touchdown. And Orlando Norman, for the 2nd time this season, gives up a big play before half. Look at this. I mean, he's in coverage, and somehow, what is he doing? Who is he looking at? I'm in the cover 4. He doesn't have to worry about the seam receiver, but somehow he gives up the big play going into half. And then to add insult to injury, we do try to go deep. We add single coverage over the top, and we settle, and that is an interception. And what a way to go into half. To a winless team, we are down 21-10. This is horrible. So now to start this 2nd half, Troy actually does start out with the ball. So here is Smith throwing to Stewart across the middle. And wow, 16 yards on that reception. So 1st and 10 here at about the 38-yard line. Here is Smith rolling out to the left side, and Kenneth Ruff has to run him down, but that's a gain of 10. So 1st and 10. Here is Smith throwing out to the right side, and that's going to be picked off by Xavier Davis. So we needed a big play on defense, and we got just that. Nice coverage that time by Xavier Davis, as he is starting for the 1st time on the right side of the field. Remember, last year he was on the left side. This year he's on the right side, and he was even in the slot. He wasn't really getting that much playing time. He was kind of a slot corner, but I've decided to put him on the outside. He's been doing pretty well, as his only downfall is his speed. But you see back on an offense, We don't get the first down on that third down conversion, so I have nothing to lose here. It's a winless team. We got to go for it, and we convert on the 4th and 10. So we thought, once we got that interception, we're like, well, they're just going to get the same field position back, but we convert. So now we continue this drive as here is Jimbo Brown getting his first couple of carries there, and that's a gain of 5. So now 1st and 10, throwing the ball across the middle. That's Angel Gonzalez there. Gain of 9 towards the middle of the field. So now getting to about the 30-yard line. Here's Jimbo Brown using his power and moving his way inside of the 25 now. So 1st and 10. Here's Keshawn Curtin throwing out to the outside, and that's Garrison Burnett. They forget about Burnett, and he gets in for the touchdown, as now he makes it a 5-point game, but we do try to go for the 2-point conversion to make it a 3-point game, and that's going to be stopped by that Troy defense. So now 2nd and 4. Here is Phillips back out onto the field and just continuing his amazing first half. He picks up 17 on that one. So now 2nd and 8, throwing out to the right side. Here is Smith throwing to Russell, and that's another first down for Russell as he's having a huge game in this one. So now 1st and 10. Here's Sawyer Smith trying to scramble out. He maneuvers his way for a first down, and even more. He picks up like a gain of 15. So 1st and 10 here at the 25-yard line. Here is a throw over the middle. That's almost picked off by Xavier Davis, and that could have been his 2nd of the game, but he drops that one, and this drive continues. So now 2nd and 10. Here's Sawyer Smith dropping back, throwing out to the left side. He's going to find Thomas on the sideline. And it seems like whenever you allow the CPU another chance, they take advantage, as here's Phillips getting the carry to the left side. And we're going to stop him for a gain of 5. So we do get him down to a 3rd and goal. Here a handoff up the middle, and Phillips can't get there. That's a nice tackle by the All-American Chris Thornton. And we get them to settle for the field goal, and now it is a 8-point lead as we are still in this one. So here's Allen King back to receive the kick. Nice block by Jack Kleck on the outside, and he's picking up some room, and he's getting to about the 50-yard line. So we start this drive out with pretty good field position on the first play. We're trying our shot deep, and that's J.R. Walker, and he lets it go through his hands. Wow, he had that. That could have possibly been a touchdown, if not a huge gain inside the 5-yard line, but instead it's dropped. But on a 3rd and 10, as this drive continues, throwing the ball across the middle, that's Garrison Burnett on the catch, and that's a first down. So now 2nd and 4, this drive does continue. Here's Jimbo Brown using some power, and he's getting 8 yards on that one, as this drive continues at the 23-yard line. Here's Keshawn Curtin rolling out to the right side, seeing a little bit of room to run, and he picks up 10 on that scramble. So we do eventually get the first down here, giving it off to Tyron Summers as this time winds down in the 3rd quarter, as we get it down to now a 3rd and 6. Here's Tyron Summers. We see a little bit of running lanes, and we get in for the touchdown. So Tyron Summers continuing this Heisman campaign, as he's trying to make moves here as we continue to win games. We need to continue to win this one as we go for it on a 2-point conversion, and we convert. So that's a nice conversion as this drive in this game goes into the 4th quarter. As here is Smith rolling out to the right side, and he's picking up some room with his legs here, and that's a gain of 13. So now on a 1st and 10, throwing out to the right side, that's Cedric Granger. He has it in his hands, but I like the defense there. Get him to a 3rd and 10. So here is Sawyer Smith throwing out to the left side, and that's going to be picked off, but it's going to be out of bounds. And Orlando Norman, he gave up a big play earlier. That makes up for that one. So now here on a 1st and 10 after the punt, running the ball with Tyron Summers up the middle and running this clock. You see the clock is running here with 5 minutes left in this game. Here's Keshawn Curtin rolling out to the left side, trying to throw the ball over the top of the defense, and that's picked off by Nixon. Wow, Keshawn Curtin had a lot of room to lob that ball, but somehow does not get enough on it, and it's picked off, and Troy gets the ball back here within a tie game, 24-24, as, man, that was a huge turnover as they start this drive out, running the ball with Phillips back-to-back. Here's Phillips up the middle, and he gets it to about the 50-yard line. So now 1st and 10. Here is Smith from the shotgun. Going to throw out to the left side. He's going to have Williams there, who he's been finding all day. And that's a gain of 9. So now 2nd and 1. Handoff up the middle. Here is Phillips. Almost gets stopped before the first down marker, but he barely gets enough. A gain of 2. So now 2nd and 1. Here is Sawyer Smith throwing out to the right side. Now they're past the 30-yard line in our territory. So, man, they are driving, and we are getting nervous here on defense as Smith is completing all of his passes, this time out to J.J. Taylor for the 10-yard reception and a first down. So they do eventually get it down to a 3rd and 4 here at the 13-yard line. Throwing the ball to the right side, but his receiver can't stay in bounds. He catches the ball but can't drag his feet, as we do get them to settle for a field goal as they give us 2 minutes left to drive the length of the field. So can we win this possibly on this drive? Here's Tyron Summers, handoff up the middle. That's a gain of 10. So 1st and 10. Here's Curtin rolling out to the right side, throwing out to Jimbo Brown. That's a gain of 5. So this drive continues here. 2nd and actually a 3rd and 2. Here is Tyron Summers getting the handoff up the middle, and that's a first down. So we got to get it into field goal range. And these small plays aren't going to work. But here is on the next play, Tyron Summers getting a nice 16-yard reception that time on the angle route, as now he gets it inside the 30-yard line, giving it off to him as this clock continues to run. Now we're under 1 minute, as here's Jimbo Brown into the game now, fighting his way forward on a 3rd down, and that's a gain of 5. So now 30 seconds left in this game. This time is running. Here throwing the slant route across the middle, and that's a drop by Mike Harrison. So, wow, that was a big throw. We could have had it inside the 5-yard line and a chance to get a touchdown, but instead we get it to a 3rd and 5, and look at Tyron Summers running into his offensive lineman, and that drop is huge, as we do have to settle for the field goal as we take this into overtime versus the winless Troy Trojans. So now to start this overtime period, they do start out with the ball. So here is Sawyer Smith lobbing the ball to the left side. He's got an open man on the first play, and he's going to get in for the touchdown. Wow, Troy is winless on the season, and they are putting up this type of game on the road. So now we have to score here after giving up a touchdown on the first play of overtime, as here's Tyron Summers up the middle. So now 2nd and 2. Handoff to the left side. That's a counter play, and Jimbo Brown picking up 5 yards on that one and a first down. So now here's Curtin from the shotgun, running a man in motion. That's Tyron Summers out at receiver, and he's going to break a tackle and get in for the touchdown. So, wow, we get in for the touchdown, and we have to start out this second overtime with the ball. So now here is Jimbo Brown getting the handoff to start it out, and he's picking up 5 yards up the middle on that one. So an unsuccessful second down brings it to a 3rd and 5, throwing the ball across the middle, and that's Jack Kleck for the first down. So now 1st and 10 inside the 10-yard line, running the ball, and that's Tyron Summers for an 8-yard carry. So 2nd and 2. Here's Tyron Summers giving it back to him, and he's fighting his way in. 3 yards up the middle for a touchdown, and now the ball is in Troy's court as they have to put up points now, or else they will lose this game on the first play. We're sending a blitz, and that's Xavier Davis. So we confuse the offensive line on this one, send the cornerback blitz, and he gets to Sawyer Smith. So now Smith is faced with a 2nd and 18. Here he is from the shotgun, throwing the ball out to the right side, and that's going to be caught on the sideline, so they get all of that yardage back on a 14-yard reception. So 3rd and 4. Here is Smith throwing out to the left side, and that's open over the middle. Another catch by Eric Williams. It seems like he's been there whenever they've needed him here in this game. So now 1st and 10, throwing out to the left side. That's Williams again on the 6-yard reception as he gets it inside the 5-yard line. So now in a 2nd and 4, running an out route is Allen King, and he's there for the interception. So we seal this game, and wow, we stay intact in first place with that interception, the game-sealing interception by Allen King. That was just great coverage. Not a bad read, just great coverage as we win this one in overtime by 7 to a winless Troy team. I mean, this was just a game. It was just full of grit. I mean, I don't even know how they were even in this game, but they showed up for all 4 quarters plus overtime. And they gave us a good game. I mean, I can't lie. They just gave us a good game. They played good defense. But Tyron Summers still gets his 206 yards on the ground, 3 touchdowns. We didn't have a big game throwing the ball, but that's kind of been the formula this year. Pretty much ride our run game, as that will get us to the promised land. And you can see not a lot there on the receiving end. But on the defensive end, I did like what I saw from Xavier Davis. He probably had one of his best games as a Coastal Carolina Chanticleer, as he had an interception, a sack, and a few deflections. And this is the kind of game that I want from my #1 corner. I mean, he's on the outside. I think he gets the game ball in this one, as he had a pretty good game. But, you know, Allen King definitely sealed this one as well. I'd say they get co-game balls, because Allen King did make the big play. But I would say that Xavier Davis did a pretty good job on the outside, you know, limiting the big plays. But Sawyer Smith threw 4 touchdowns, 2 picks, 338 yards. He had a monster game. Eric Williams had a pretty good game at tight end, 9 receptions. He's only 67 overall, and he went off on us. 9 receptions, 76 yards. Russell went for 95, and you remember that big touchdown he had to end the first half. So we had a good game. I mean, we got to definitely clean this up if we're going to keep winning down the stretch, if we want to make it to the conference championship. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. We'll be back for the next episode, so stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.